I'm here with Jesse, Rick, and the vivacious Taco. Hi, Taco. How's it going? What breed is Taco?
Taco is a puggle, which is a beagle and pug mix.
Would you mind telling us a little something about Taco's background?
Well, Taco, I sort of adopted her from someone who didn't want her anymore when she was about 8 months old. And I had her for about a year and realized that she becomes very emotionally attached and needs a lot of attention and a lot of exercise. So she would stay with me, and then we figured out a way that she would stay with my dad, actually, which she does now during the week, since he works at home and I work away from home. So she now has the company that she needs. I live in Bronxville, and he lives in Pleasantville, so she travels a lot. It'd be nice to have a more centralized area where she can go and play and get her energy out. And
she's very needy, very needy. Unfortunately, the first 8 months of her life, she was pretty much neglected, locked in a bathroom type of thing for a weekend while the owner went away. And needless to say, after 8 months of that, she was difficult to train. But she's come a long way, but she is very needy. I mean, she's with you the whole time. She's small, but I mean, she has so much energy. I mean, she needs activity, continual activity. And the other thing is, because of the mix, the type of dog she is, the pug, she has a tendency to put on weight. So she needs to exercise.
Okay.
she also needs to socialize, which is hard to do. There aren't very many places, especially in Westchester County, that have dog runs where you can let your dog off the leash and run around and socialize and meet other dogs. And she's not even 3 yet, so it's important for us to continue to try to get her to meet other dogs and be able to be around other dogs. Because as she gets older, it becomes more difficult to get her used to that sort of environment. And it's just a healthier way for her.
Does she have any best friends, any canine best friends to speak of, or?
I don't know. There's George, who's a Beagle Basset Hound mix, who she's befriended because he sort of lets her have her way. You know, she could sort of tell him what to do and steal his toys, and he's a little bit scared of her because she's so hyper. She likes big dogs that she can wrestle with. I often bring her up to Connecticut to a friend's house, and they have a big boxer that she can play with, but it's a ways away.
The more she exercises, or the more opportunity she has to go out or be out running around, the quieter she becomes at home, which maintains my sanity. I love her to death, but you want her calm also.
Right. So you try to give your dog at times, this is playtime and this is home time, and you'd like to have her playtime be at a place where it is a public park, so you can meet new people. There'll be other dogs running around, and I know that Ward Acres has currently you're allowed to have your dog off your leash, or there are people who have their dogs off their leash, and that gives them the opportunity to form a sort of a trusting bond between the owner and the dog, and then it gives them the opportunity to meet other people in the public and teach people what dogs are really capable of being, rather than always being scared and leashed and controlled, that they tend to become more aggressive if they don't have that sort of freedom and trust. So a place that a dog can spend a certain amount of hours a week affording that trust and gaining that between owner and dog is definitely a priceless place. I
utilized Ward Acres over 30 years ago when first got married. We were living at my in-laws in New Rochelle while I was building my house, and my wife and I both had big dogs. She had a Weimaraner and I had a Doberman, and we used to, after work, we'd go to Ward's Acres and let them run. I mean, it was great. I mean, it was just great. The two of them would just run and run and run, and they needed it, because all day long they were cooped up, and my wife and I were both teachers, so we were fortunate in that sense. So we would get there, late afternoon, but it was great. They needed that activity.